Alright, where to start? In case you didn't realise, people, we are at the brink of World War III. If Hillary Rotten Clinton gets in to the White House, we are all screwed. She has already said that she wants to impose no-fly zones over Syria, a country in which they have no legal right to even enter anyway. Yet she reckons that she will enforce no-fly zones over Syria and stop Russian and Syrian planes from flying. They shoot down a Russian plane, that does mean World War III. This is a serious threat, as Russia is already taking it very, very seriously. Vladimir Putin has already had drills run for his citizens, with over 40 million of his citizens being involved in the running of all these exercises. In 12 million alone just in Moscow. They're taking it so seriously, even China is getting involved and doing their own. Now this is a very serious, nobody wants to take this serious, then you don't take anything serious at all. She is a warmonger. That is all she wants. For her and all her colleagues, it just means money, more money in their pockets. Just like her Clinton Foundation, that is totally rotten to the core. They take in all this money for even the Haitian earthquake. They took in millions saying they were going to hand it out to help villages rebuild. They helped a few villages rebuild. They got their friends contracts to build factories on the other side of Haitian territories. It wasn't even affected by earthquakes. And it didn't create any jobs for anybody. It just made all their friends more wealthy. If Hillary Clinton gets in, we are all screwed. We already have forces involved over in Iraq. Our forces shouldn't be there. We're just going to get sucked in again, just like Vietnam, into another war that America starts. That's the last thing Australia needs. We're already targets because we are allies with the US. What does the US really do for us? Not much at all. Now, at the end of the day, it's good to see that the Australian government is finally starting to step up when it comes to our refugee situation. Yes, they've stopped the boats from coming over. Thousands of people were dying under Labor's policies. Just whole families just being drowned out at sea, trying to make it to a safe land here in Australia, but at the end of the day, it was all in vain for them. And you've still got all these thousands of refugees stuck over in Nauru, and I can't even think of it, sorry, but still stuck in refugee camps here in Australia. Now all of those that came over on boats are going to be denied access permanently, which I think is a great policy. It's going to stop the people smuggling trade altogether coming to Australia. I have met a few refugees that made it to Australia. Yeah, they had to wait years, stuck in places like Turkey. And one guy I met, he had to wait for 9 years before he finally got to Australia. It was well worth it for him. And he's more than happy to have waited. But at the end of the day, some people say it's careless and it's going to be detrimental to their health and whatever. Well, it can't be that bad. Most of them are economic migrants anyway. Now, say what you want about that, but at the end of the day, one thing which I'm not happy about is the fact that they've just approved 12,000 Syrian immigrants to be brought into Australia. Now that is guaranteed to bring in more radicals. This is the last thing we need is more radical Islamists here in Australia. Now, ISIS has already said they will be sending people through all the migrants, all the Syrian immigrants and that. We're going to end up just like Germany. We're going to have women being raped left, right and centre by gangs of these Muslims. That's the last thing we need for our people. Especially World War III starts up. You're going to guarantee all these radical Islamists here in Australia, they will rear up and they will be starting trouble. Let's see how long that takes. Patriotic Aussie out.